Hey everyone, this is Ken, and today we're going to be doing a tutorial, guys, on a brand new Armour selector panel from 1.18 and 1.19. What's great about this, guys, this thing works on Bedrock and Java edition, so you guys should have no issues depending on what version you play. Right out the gate, guys, you have this awesome selection of boots, leggings, chest plates, and helmets. So you could really just go and surface to and kind of select which one you want to pick out. And the layout for the Redstone is actually pretty simple. It's not too complicated. Now, right out the gate, guys, we're going to select some green leather boots. And we're going to go with some golden pants. And you know what? Let's go with the netherite enchanted chest plate. Just get kind of wild with it, guys. Let's pick a diamond helmet. Why not, right? Let's go wild with it. Now, all you have to do is simply walk right into the center. You're going to activate the chest plate. And all those items are going to get shot right on you. And you're going to get the instant armor setup that you want. It's a really cool, fun way to make this. Now, here are the items you're going to need to create this entire design. Now, once you have the guy, it's going to be about 19 wide, 15 long, is about 5 blocks tall, and you're going to have to dig about 1 block deep. Alright, so let's get right into it. Right here in the front, guys, you're going to notice that we have this one aisle in the front that's only raised up, and that's the only part of the whole front area that's raised. Now, place your block right there and there. Just right above that area, it's about 1 block, and you're going to create this 3x3 pattern. Then create that again, about 1 block of space right next to it. Another 3x3 pattern, because these are the actual selector panels. And over here, you're just going to replicate what we just did before, right here, and add that 3x3 block pattern with a space in between, and another one, and you should have this symmetrical, selector area. Now, right in the center of each one, guys, you're going to place an item frame. I'm going to use an arrow, but you can use whatever you want to create the rotation of what you want to select. Now, right behind the guys, in the first one, you're going to add a block with a comparator going forward. And you're going to notice that comparator is on because it's picking up the signal, believe it or not, from that item frame. Then you're going to add 3 blocks right across with a block in front, redstone dust, another block like so, creating the same exact pattern with a comparator going forward. Then you're going to add a straight line of blocks until you're about 1 block away from the back end. Add a straight line of redstone dust. And right next to the redstone dust, going to add a straight line of target blocks. Then you're going to add blocks right on top of each redstone dust, right across. And a straight line of redstone dust, and there as well. Then you're going to add 2 blocks right here. With a barrel on top, break the block in the middle, underneath, with a comparator going forward. And believe it or not, guys, you got to place at least 1 item inside, like 1 dirt. Just make sure it's just 1 item. A comparator going sideways, and then a bunch of repeaters going forward. Then you're going to add a redstone torch right in front of the target blocks with a block on top of the redstone torches, right across. And at this point, guys, you're going to add a redstone torch right on top of each block like so. Perfect. And once you've done that, guys, make sure to add a dropper in front of each redstone torch facing forward. Now, make sure, guys, if you haven't done it already, to make sure that comparator is always on subtract mode. Because what is going to happen here, when you move the item frame and you rotate it, you're going to notice the signal changes from one after another. Now, we're going to replicate this, guys, on the opposite side. So place 3 blocks like so, right across. Comparator going forward, a block in front, some redstone dust, another block on the side, add another block going forward with comparator going towards it. Then you're going to add a block in front of that comparator with a straight line of blocks, leaving that 1 space in the back with the redstone dust. Then add a target block, and you're going to add a block on top of each redstone dust, add a redstone torch in front of the target blocks, then add a comparator on subtract mode, and your repeaters going forward. Then you're going to add a block on top of the redstone torches. Add a straight line of redstone dust on this side with your redstone torches on this side. Add 2 blocks, 1, 2. Add a barrel on top, break the block underneath, add a comparator going forward, and make sure there's 1 block or a dirt block in that barrel. And make sure you add a dropper in front of each of the redstone torches. Now, like I said, guys, it is completely a mirror image. They're both the same. Now, before we go to the next side, which is just a complete replica, right over here, guys, in the center, you're going to add a block with 2 blocks going upwards and a dispenser going forward. Now over here, guys, you're going to break that block. And what you want to do is actually break a few blocks underneath. This is the only time that you have to go a little lower. Add a note block with a observer block facing upwards. Now, once you've done that, you're going to place another observer block on this side with the face part on this side and the activation on top of here. So it kind of just sends the signal up. See? Because that note block is getting activated and that observer block is picking up that signal. Then you can place a block right there with a comparator going forward, right behind the dispenser. And once you've done that, guys, you're going to add a few blocks, about 3 blocks going upwards. And right underneath, guys, you're going to place a sticky piston facing downwards. Matter of fact, just make sure that this sticky piston is actually right here parallel to that block. See? And place an observer block right there. Now, all you have to do now, guys, is just simply make sure nothing's covering that little block, that area right there, and place a block on top of the actual sticky piston. And let's cover this up perfectly. Now we're going to replicate what we did on one side to the other. So add 2 blocks and then 3 blocks right across in this kind of L-shaped pattern. Add a comparator with a block in front, some redstone dust, another block in front, add a block right there, another block going forward, 1 comparator going forward with a block in front of it, and a straight line of blocks like so with the redstone dust, blocks on top, another row of redstone dust on top of it. Then you're going to add your target blocks parallel to that redstone dust, and you're going to add your comparator on subtract mode. Add 2 blocks right here, guys. You're going to add your barrel, break the block underneath with 1 item inside, preferably 1 dirt, with a comparator going forward. And once you've done that, guys, you're going to add your repeaters right on top going forward. Then you're going to add your redstone torches in front of each target block, a block on top of each redstone torch, and a redstone torch on top of each block. And don't forget, guys, to add your droppers going forward. Now pause the video at any point if you need to, guys. This is a very repetitive process. Now on this side, add a block there with 3 blocks going to the right. Add a comparator with a block in front, a redstone dust on the side with a block in front of that redstone dust with a block going forward, and another block like so with a comparator going forward, a block in front of that comparator with a straight line of blocks, straight line of redstone dust on top with the blocks on top of the redstone dust. And as you can see, guys, it gets pretty just cut and paste. Now add your target blocks. Then you're going to add your repeaters with your comparator right there at the end on subtract mode. Then you're going to add 2 blocks, 1, 2. Add a comparator going forward with a barrel right in front. Break the block underneath. Add your last piece of dirt inside. Then you're going to add your redstone torches in front of each target block with a block on top and a straight line of torches right on top of it with your droppers going forward. There you have it, guys. It's all done as far as that part. Now, right in the front, guys, add a pressure plate. And from that block where the pressure plate's at, you're going to add a straight line of redstone dust from here all the way in between these two, that little space right there. See? So it starts from here, straight line to here. And on the side of it, guys, you're going to add a target block with a redstone torch on top of it, a block right above it, and a 1 on each side. And you're going to add a redstone dust here, and that's going to control the actual comparators. It's going to turn it off until you hit that pressure plate, see? As you can see, guys, once that pressure plate's activated, it actually activates the entire selection. Now right here, guys, add that straight row of redstone dust. You get right over here. Add a target block with a redstone torch. Then you're going to add a block on top and 1 on each side. Add the redstone dust. And there you have it, guys. That really allows you to select through the selector panel without activating each one. Now at this point, guys, make sure you go right underneath the dropper. You're going to add some blue ice right here. Or if you don't want to use blue ice, guys, you have the option of using ice, packed ice, blue ice, which I'm using, or straight hopper line all the way towards the front of this actual design. But for now, guys, I'm going to use blue ice because it's kind of like the fastest way to send items from point A to point B. Now bring that right here to here, kind of curve that in an L shape, and place a hopper on top of that dispenser. So you should have this kind of L shape going towards that hopper. And over here, guys, do the same exact thing. Bring the blue ice to that point and then extend it right across where the droppers are at. Then you'll place a block right behind it, like so. Place a block here, break that one right underneath. And right in the front, guys, this is the perfect time to actually start setting up your framework towards the front. Decorate the front of this because you want to make that to a solid wall. Then you're going to have a few blocks here before we start adding our water sources. And extend that all the way to the other side. Add a few more blocks like so. I'm using glass. You can use any block you want. And what I did, I added a water source right here and here as well. Now you can use whatever you want to kind of make this happen, but I'm using an actual fence gate. Add another water source, add your fence gate, open it, add a water source here. And to make sure the items don't fly back and forth, add a fence right on top of that hopper so it can fall directly in there as quick as possible. And of course, add a block right on top to make sure none of the items come out. Perfect. Now at this point, guys, you can really set up the front panel the way you want to and make sure to load all the droppers with the items you want. So make sure one row is either boots or leggings or chest plates, etc. And at this point, guys, the design is complete. I hope you guys enjoy that and make sure to get this video a like. It really helps me out.
Anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching. Remember to please leave a comment and to click that subscribe button if you want to join. Thank you.